sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We're going to talk outdoors for the next 90 minutes on this April the 13th. 2 days to the dreaded day of tax, T-A-X. Want to make sure that you get that done, not text, but text and tax together. But going to have a fun show. This is the second Saturday of the month, which means that at least half of our team is here. The other one's rolling in, I can tell you right now. John Gordon is here. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Larry.
Oh, good to have John in on the second Saturday. Is from Ducks Unlimited. Steps in here on Saturday mornings. And, of course, Ron Wong, we're pretty sure will be here. I have not received a text from him. That's another text, but I have not. But he'll be in here. And then we have some special guests with us this morning, bright and early on this Saturday morning. The Jones boys are here. I mean, we could get all the Jones if we wanted to, but we're glad to have these two Jones guys in the studio with us. And here comes Ron now. Ron is stepping in. Hey, Ron.
Hey.
Hey, Ron.
What's up?
Hey, well, what's up, Ron? And we're starting right. It's starting right, Ron. We started with, we've done this before a few times, but Ron's got his headphones on. He's carrying all sorts of stuff. He's going to have to sit next to Bill Jones and Charlie Jones. Ron, have you met these two guys?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
You got that 20 yeoman?
Oh, there we go.
What's that now?
We've already started.
What's that? What'd you say?
At $20 you owe me.
All right. Push the microphone over to Ron for a second here so Ron can join in on the conversation. We do. This is second Saturday. We're going to have a lot of fun on today's show, talking first with Charlie and his nephew, Bill Jones, or Binky, as most of us know him as.
Yep.
They took a nice little trip down to Argentina recently.
And forgot to take me.
No, they said you were a stowaway, but they dropped you off in Miami. So, no, where all the other Wongs are,
Got it.
Yeah, got it. Good to see Ron. But we're going to talk to Charlie and Binky about the trip. Stacy Walker, Lance Walker's around. I think there was a total of, how many? Six of them. Okay, cinco. Is that right? Or is that seis?
Seis.
I'm just making sure we got it right there. But going to talk to them after we get everybody set up here and Ron gets all hooked up. And
I'm hooked up, ready to
you
go.
are hooked up. Ron's been on the road. We know that, don't we? I mean, he's
always on the road.
Always on the road. And then, of course, we're going to talk to some folks that Ron's very familiar with on today's show after we get through with this Argentina saga of the trip to kill red stag. And we'll talk a lot about that with the Jones guys. Then we're going to talk to Andrew Costa. And I'm ready. I got my readers. They are wonderful, Ron. Thank you for helping me get that.
Well, how come I haven't gotten my?
I don't know. Heather took care of me. I am wearing my readers, my Costa fish.
I will tell you, Costa has undoubtedly the best sunglasses on the market.
Yeah.
They have a pair of sunglasses for every condition there is. Low light, high light.
No light.
No light. They're excellent, excellent glasses.
And we're going to talk to Andrew Cox and then come back and talk with someone who's part of our team, and glad to have her always on. You can go on lroutdoors.com and read what she's wrote. She's featured in all of Ron's pictures. She did some great job on the interviews at the Classic, and Samantha Gay will join us. And then it's almost Women's Day here a little bit, except for the Jones guys here. And, of course, Shelby McCall is taking care of us. Going to talk to KJ Houtman. She has written a book that I think you folks are really going to need on that bookcase with you. And it comes out, and it's not even out yet. I was happy to receive a early copy of Why Women Hunt. And not only are we going to talk to the author herself, KJ Houtman, we're going to talk to Brenda Valentine, the First Lady of Hunting. She is featured in the book. She wrote the foreword to the book, and we're going to talk to them and close out the show with a young lady who is 17 years old, has overcome what many people would just give up on. She has had a rare form of cancer. She has lost one eye, and yet she is one of the top trap shooting persons in the Mid-South, and that's Emily Ferguson. And we're going to close that out with that. But right now, I want John and Ron to listen. Switch it back over there, Ron. We want to talk to the Jones guys just for a little while here. We're going to talk to them on the next segment. But trip, Argentina. Okay, now, I've looked it up where you went, and talk about this because I know Stacy Walker, Lance Walker. Who else went on this trip, Binky?
Let's see, it's my brother Steve. Steve went with us, and Michael Jones, Uncle Charlie's grandson. He was with us too.
And Charlie, I know this is on your it was on your bucket list.
It was. I tell you, Larry, it's the great. I tell you, I've been to Africa.
Yeah.
Quebec, Mexico, all over the United States.
Tupelo.
No.
Sardis, Pickwick. Okay, keep going. All right.
Forget about Enid.
But anyway,
Enid, yeah, no.
This definitely is the best trip I've ever been on in my life. I mean, there's no way you can describe this thing to do it credit.
Well, Charlie, we got to ask you. This was not an easy trip for you.
No.
Tell us about getting prepared for this, and you wanted to do this. You wanted your family along. You wanted Stacy and Lance and those guys.
That's right.
Let our listeners know what you're dealing with. I think you need to tell that, Charlie.
Well, actually, this hunt started about 18 months ago when we were all trying to get together on it, and at that particular time, I was in real good health.
Yeah.
Since then, and it got, real close time to leave on the hunt, I had a cancer reset myself, and then I had a huge dose of radiation, and that just knocked my walking completely out. And that's one thing I'm so thankful of from the good Lord, that He did allow me enough strength and energy to go on this hunt, because this will probably be the last one I ever get to go on.
Well, you don't know that, but that's the Lord's in control of that. But and Binky can say that when you look at Charlie making this trip, you guys. I could know Charlie could get emotional talking about this, because this is something that. What was it like to have him along?
Oh, you just can't imagine. It's like there's so many things that we enjoy together. We've hunted, in Arizona, New Mexico, and he said it was his last trip, but it ain't. We're gonna drag him again.
You're gonna drag him again. When he got on that plane, and you guys tell us where you went, Charlie.
Well, we left Memphis, and it was about 9 a.m.
All right.
And we went from there to Miami.
Okay.
And that's about maybe a 2.5-hour flight.
That's
and
okay.
We had maybe about a 5-hour layover there, something like that. And anyway, later on that night, we left for Buenos Aires.
Okay.
All right. It was at 9 o'clock at night, probably, before we actually took off.
Okay.
And we didn't get to Buenos Aires till 7:30 the next morning.
Okay.
And then had another 6-hour layover before we left of that, going to La Pampa.
La Pampa.
And when we get to La Pampa, then we got about 75 or 80 miles to go by truck on down to the ranch. Now, this ranch that we're hunting, Larry,
yes,
is 85,000 acres.
Did you hear that, John? Did you hear that? 85,000 acres.
And I'm talking to Santiago. Now he's the director of it, and I said, look, now we paid for this hunt on a $85,000 acre ranch.
Yes.
But I've only got to hunt probably about 500 acres of it. Now, I'm wondering if there's going to be any rebate on
it. He's thinking about this all the time, you know.
Hey, but it was Larry, I wish you could have been down there with us.
I felt like I was. A lot of folks were with you, Charlie. You may not have realized this, but there was a lot of us that were really riding that plane. We were part of the team of y'all going down there because, and that's why I wanted Charlie and Binky to come on the show today. We're going to talk more with them on the next segment about this trip, a trip of a lifetime. Talk a little bit about the red stag and the black buck and some of the other things and what they ate and maybe what they didn't eat. I don't really know down there, you know, but we're going to come back right after this break and talk for a whole segment with Bill Binky Jones and Charlie Jones on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll be right back.